Today I want to start working on a table setting that incorporates everything from a thrift store, meaning I've purchased everything from a thrift store. Not a consignment sale, not an estate sale, not an antique gallery, purely a thrift store like Goodwill. If you've not been here before, I'm Nicole from Adorn the Table, and I love to do everything with table setting, tablescapes, and adorning the table. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I can tell you when I was much younger, I was a thrift store snob. I never shopped at thrift stores. In my mind, it was something that other people were getting rid of, therefore it was junk, it was crap, and why would I want somebody else's stuff that they didn't want? It obviously was out of fashion, not in style, and not worth anything. At least that's what I thought. I have learned the error of my ways now that I've gotten older and realized how many treasures you can find at a thrift store. I mean, it is a gold mine of fabulous stuff. You just have to be willing to look. So before we go thrift store shopping, let me share with you a couple little tips that I've learned along the way. Tip number one for when you're thrift store shopping is go when it's least busy. And that means usually during the week, either first thing in the morning or towards the end of the day. Try to avoid weekends because that's when thrift stores can really be a madhouse. There are so many people, and going down those aisles with their carts, it can just be a nightmare. It makes me think of Black Friday shopping, which I absolutely love, but at the same time, you're on a treasure hunt and you need time to look at things when you're going through a thrift store. That comes to number two. Try to avoid the huge discount days. Now, I know we want the big discounts, but that's also when you've got the craziness and the madhouse and all of the pushy other shoppers. If you're not a senior, avoid senior days because you're not going to get a discount on that day and it's going to be picked over anyway. However, you are a senior, go on this senior discount day. I mean, that's what it's there for you to get your discounts. Tip number three, be prepared to take your time. Thrift store shopping is not something that you run in and grab the item and run out again. You need to be willing to take the time to search, to dig, to move things around, maybe go up and down the aisles more than once because those treasures are hiding and you need to move and dig around in them. Number four, have a list of what you're looking for. Not that you can't look for something else. I mean, trust me, I see shiny baubles all the time and squirrel. But that list will keep you coming back to what you're really there shopping for. And if you have an inspiration piece, make sure you bring it with you because you're going to want to match that color and that style. And I don't know if you're like me, I cannot always picture exactly what it is. And I need to be able to put it next to what I'm thinking it will go with. So bring your inspiration piece with you. Which also comes to another tip of bring a tape measure. If you're looking for something like a tablecloth, you're going to want to be able to measure it to make sure it's going to fit on your table. Same goes for prints or picture frames. Want to measure that to make sure it's going to fit the space. So having just one of those cute little tape measures with you is something you're going to want to have and be able to quickly pull out of your pocket. And then my last tip is be comfortable. Wear those comfy clothes because you're going to be walking around up and down the aisles and taking, like I said, your time. So because you need to be prepared to go on a treasure hunt. That's what thrift store shopping is for me, treasure hunt. All right, now that we know those quick tips, let's go shopping.
All right, first stop is Goodwill. And I absolutely love walking the aisles here. There are so many treasures to be found. I came across this rounder of placemats and my eye was immediately drawn to these silver ones. I've seen them and ones in this different colors, I believe at Home Goods. Looking at the price, they were just $2.99 for 4. That is a steal. I also found these glasses that I fell in love with. I love this smoky gray color and that simple lines of them. Now, when you're looking at glassware, make sure you check the rims, run your finger around it to make sure there aren't any chips or cracks that you don't see. Gotta love, this is a different thrift store and I have to love how many plates they have. I did find these salad plates that I immediately fell in love with. I just love the teal color with the speckles on them and then that scalloped edging. They're really cute. Oh my God, this iron mouse is freaking adorable. I just could picture him on a tablescape like in the fall, maybe Halloween, or even Christmas. I just thought he was too freaking cute. This thrift store has an amazing amount of tablecloths and placemats. Typically, you can't even find a fraction of this amount of table coverings at any kind of secondhand store.
Wow, now that was a fun day of thrift store shopping, and I came home with some great treasures, and let me share those with you right now. Very first thing is what ended up becoming my inspiration piece as I continued to shop, and that was these glasses, these smoky gray glasses. I just love the shape, and I did the quick search on replacements.com. I believe they were from the 70s if I'm remembering correctly, and they have this really cool detail inside of them. And since I found a set of 6, I mean, finding a set of 6 is like the holy grail of thrift store shopping, because usually it's an odd number and people are donating because they've broken 1, 2, or more of them. So the fact that I found 6 of them, all in excellent condition, I decided this would be my inspiration piece for my thrift store table setting. That also meant that when I was looking, I needed to keep that in mind. So the other things that I found that I think are going to work on this table are the vase. I love this vase, and let me share with you quickly. The price on this, I kept it on there because it says $6.99, but the day I went today was yellow tag half off. So that meant instead of $7, it was actually $3.50 for this vase. Amazing. I mean, that's the treasures that you find when you go thrift store shopping. So I think I'm going to use the vase on my table. I also found these hearth in hand. Let me share. See, hearth in hand plates. Oh my gosh. Now this is another steal, a treasure, because these are new in the stores right now. Somebody obviously bought a set of them and decided they weren't going to work and then donated them. So I'm the lucky recipient, and I spied them, knew what they were, and was able to bring home a whole set of them. And I mean, literally dirt cheap. They were $1.50 per plate. Anyway, you see what I'm saying about thrift store shopping. Then with those dinner plates, I found the salad plates, which I think this green color is going to match really well with this vase. I think they're going to look really cute on the table together. And I also like how the speckles in this is going to work with that smoky gray glass. So I have some ideas, and the other thing too is that since I was out, I had the inspiration piece obviously with me since I found it, and then I could start matching it with the other things as I was walking around. So I've got this plate. Now let's take and put it with the hearth and hand plate. Isn't that going to be really cute? At least that's what I'm thinking. Now, another thing I found today that I'm going to share with you is what I'm going to use as my table covering. And I'm saying I'm using it as my table covering because it is not a tablecloth. This is it right here. So, like I said, it's not a tablecloth. What it is a shower curtain. I mean, it's one of those fabric shower curtains. It's not plastic or yucky. And the way I can tell is because, trying to find it quickly, it's got the places that you can hang it. See, right there, it hangs. So, and it also says splash on here, which is telling me this must have been for a shower curtain. But one of the great things with big shower curtains, you can use them as table coverings. So I'm going to show that to you as I create my thrift store table setting. I did mention I want everything on this table to be from a thrift store. However, I forgot to mention a few caveats. I am not gonna go buy new silverware or flatware and from a thrift store. I don't think you can get decent flatware from a thrift store. It's already used, the pieces are probably bent, they're definitely pitted or stained in some way, and you never can get a whole set of them. There's usually like 4 knives, 3 spoons, 6 forks, some kind of odd number. So I'm gonna use my own flatware, and I'm also gonna use my own napkins. Again, I love cloth napkins, and trying to find good, clean, barely used napkins at a thrift store is practically impossible. So I'll be using my own flatware and my own cloth napkins. Other than that, I plan on everything else being from a thrift store. Now let's create this thrifted table setting. I'm of course going to use everything that I shared with you that I bought, but I also have a few things that I have purchased previously from thrift stores, and I promise I'm not using anything else unless it was from a thrift store except for the flatware and the napkins. I'm sticking to my rules. Doesn't this shower curtain look amazing as a tablecloth? The design on it, the pattern, the colors, there's no way anybody would think this was a shower curtain unless I pointed it out to them. So I just love this as my tablecloth. Let's start working on the place settings. And the first thing I'm starting with are these chargers. Now, I have bought these previously at a thrift store, and they were a steal. I even have the tags on them still, 99 cents. They are wonderful, nice, heavy, and I believe they're actually, they might be plastic, but they make me think that they could be wood too. And I loved the scallop detail on them. The color looks perfect with the table covering. Then on top of the charger plates, I'm going to use the dinner plates that I got. Those ones I mentioned from Hearth and Hand, and I'm going to put one right in the middle of each of these chargers. Next, on top of the dinner plates are those salad plates. And the really neat thing about these salad plates that they look amazing with the charger underneath because they both have the scalloped detail to them. And the dark color of the chargers is picked up in the salad plates. So love the way these plates tier on top of each other. Next, I'm going to add the flatware. Now, since I have a salad plate, I am using a dinner fork and a salad fork. Don't forget that the salad fork goes on the far left and the dinner fork goes closer to the plate because we eat from the outside going in. Now let's add the smoky glasses that I got. And I love the way these look on this table because of that kind of smoky color that we have in the tablecloth. And it also picks up the scalloped charger plates and then the color in our salad plates as well. They go on the top right of the plate. And the very last part of our thrifted table setting are the napkins. Like I mentioned, these are ones that I already have because I'm not a fan usually of what I see in the thrift stores for napkins. They're also an amazing DIY linen napkin. They are the easiest DIY napkins, no sewing required. And I did a little bit of a different fold on these. So I'm gonna take a second, I wanna share with you that fold that I did first. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take and fold my napkin into a triangle. Then I'm going to take this bottom edge and I'm going to fold it up a few inches. Next, I'm going to take the 2 end pieces and tie them into a knot With the side that's going over, I'm going to bring that under and pull kind of tight, not super tight yet, kind of loose. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to hold down here on the bottom and pull the bottom edge a little tighter and just holding that in place. Then I'm going to fan out the top, and this piece that the edge that came through, I'm going to swing that over to the right a little bit. There we go. And to me, this kind of looks like a little bit of a flower. It makes me think of a flower, but I love the organic shape that it has. And then add the napkins just to the left of the salad fork. There we have it, our place settings for our thrifted table setting. Next is the centerpiece, and we are of course using the thrifted vase I found. I love how this green picks up the salad plates. And then I added inside of it these thrifted stems I found a long time ago. They were $2 for the bundle. I love the organic feel they have, kind of that nice light and airy feel, and they definitely complement the table covering. They match the color perfectly. I did feel I needed a little bit more, so I rummaged through my thrifted items and I found these 2 pewter candlestick holders. They were $1.50 each, and then I added candles that I've also found at thrift stores. And I'm going to just put one on each side to complete my centerpiece. There it is, my thrifted table setting. I absolutely love the way this turned out. So what do you think of my thrifted table setting? I think it turned out amazing. It looks so good, and I don't think anybody would think that this was items from a thrift store. In fact, don't forget, everything except for the flatware and the napkins I got at a thrift store. By the way, did you total up how much money I spent? Were you figuring that out as I went along? Would you believe I spent a total of $33.50? That's it. Yep. Less than $35 for everything on this table. Isn't that crazy? Let's do the math together quickly. $4 for the table covering, $1 each for the chargers, $2 each for the dinner plates, because it was my bad earlier. They are $2 each, not $1.50 each. $1 for each of the salad plates, $1 for each of the glasses. The vase in the centerpiece is $3.50. The stems in it, $2. Each of the candlestick holders, $1.50, and I didn't really count the candles, but because they came in a big bundle, so if you want to include those, let's just say 50 cents for the 2 of them, which would then round up to $34, still less than $35, which that is unheard of. So I hope this encourages you to go check out your thrift store, see what kind of treasures you can find and what you can do in your own thrift store table setting, because I bet you can find something really cute. Anyway, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and have a wonderful time with your friends and family at your next gathering. Bye.